right, Freak Show, Wild 94.1, man. We are talking about my tragedy that everybody seems to enjoy. Okay, so last year, first of all, I just got a text from our guy that was handling the toy drive before. He's like, "What? What do you mean the Portlet company ain't happening? What?" So he's mad now.
Oh god.
Because it was secured. Like it was already like done.
It was taken care of.
You know, last year. Like, hey, we're in, whatever. So because that contact person ain't there, these other people, they like, we can give a damn.
Oh, they don't care.
Because they like, we got other stuff going on.
Aww,
so whatever. So we gotta find somebody else. But
right.
He's just funny because he's texting me now like, what kind of which is ironic because the only thing that's on the toy drive tower that I'm not comfortable with is the portalet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You guys have seen me kind of handle it. And if for those who don't know, I watch what I eat when I'm on the toy tower because I don't want to have to go in the room.
Which is crazy because you're up there for 8 days.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you eat small increments, just snack here, whatever, and don't have a big robust meal, you can pretty much get through 7-8 of the days without.
That's still unhealthy, though. You're
right.
supposed to go.
But if you only do it once a year,
He's holding.
So I only do it once a year. I don't do it all the
purpose.
time. So I
Right.
figure like, all right, I'll be all right. And last year we had. I mean, you remember because we had Chef Bub who kept bringing all of these creations.
Yes.
And stuff. So we were
From
eating.
Grace.
We were eating more food
So
than we
good.
normally would eat. I was telling Ray this last night. I'm like, bro, like for real, y'all fed a little too much, and y'all created the problem. So Meredith was literally watching me. Like not comfortable.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's wrong? And I'm shifting in my chair and I'm walking around. And I usually don't get up a lot during the show. So I'm walking around and I'm pacing. And she's like, what's wrong with you? And I just kept looking at the portalet. And she's like, are you serious? You got to go. Are you going to go? Oh my God. And so she goes
she
on
gets
the air.
excited, though.
And she's like, Orlando's
So
going to
excited.
and starts announcing,
Yeah.
which is the worst thing ever for me. Because I'm like, now I can't.
Number 2.
Now I can't go.
Yeah.
Because Meredith is always on porta potty watch.
I
She
am.
like has a watch and she counts the minutes till you use that porta potty.
Right. And because that's the biggest thing for her. She's like, the toys are cool, kids are cool. I want to see if Orlando goes in this portalet. And so she'll go in there in the morning, check for paper, blah, 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 and whatever. And so I wasn't using it. And she left and she's like, Orlando on everything. I mean, we're leaving now. You should probably go in.
Yeah, just privately, just between the
She's
two
like,
of us. I was like, you need to go.
It's 11 o'clock in the afternoon. We're leaving. You got a little break here. You should go in there. And same reason I don't do it here at the office. The worst thing ever is when, I had to explain this to my daughter because she heard one of the old broadcasts. And she was like, why don't you do it at the office? Because she's like, I do it at school all the time. And I'm like, well, that's terrible. I'm like, but the one time that I did, a listener came into the lobby bathroom and then looked down and saw my shoes and said, hey,
Orlando!
they're like, hey, I swear. Person, all I heard was the voice and it's like, hey man, are you Orlando?
Oh God.
And I was quiet and said, yeah. and they were like, oh man, hey, I don't mean to bug you, man, but I'm here to pick up a prize, man. Can I take a picture with you?
Oh my God.
And I was like, all right, I'll be out in a second.
The one time the exclusive Pharrell shoes.
That was one
got
time I
you.
got in trouble.
Yeah.
So I
God.
stopped doing the, bathroom here just because of that sheer embarrassment. So Meredith leaves. I ignore it. I had people, I didn't want anybody to come up and making a donation while I'm in there because I was just afraid of that. And so that night when we shut down, I was like, all right, I got to do it.
He plotted.
I was like, I'm shut down now. There's nothing else happening, so I'm going to go in there. But it had built up, so the pressure was there. I'm trying to say this as tactfully as possible.
It was big.
I'm just saying, Meredith,
What he said.
the pressure had built up because of the anticipation.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound better?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Shut up.
Man's been shooting fireballs.
So I finally sat down and went, like you're supposed to. And the water splashed up and touched my left cheek.
It wasn't a bloop. It was like a dump.
Okay. And right there, a situation that was tense became 10 times more tense because now I'm like, oh my God. I didn't gone from touching this seat to now my whole left side is blue and infected with whatever.
Oh my God.
So now I'm in there with wipes and Lysol wipes and my regular wipes and just cleaning and scrubbing and cleaning and scrub about 30 minutes. Then I went and laid down and in the bed, all I could think was
thinking about it.
Woke up with a green butt just because it's infected. And so when we got up that morning, the beep sound was happening and Rich was like, I said, who is that truck? And he said, it's the people from the Portlet Company. And I was like, oh my God. So I ran out to him and we recorded. I'm like, hey man, for real, can you tell me if somebody comes in contact with that water, do they die?
Do they get sick?
Yeah, do they get sick? And he was like, no, man, I'm telling you, you're safe. You're absolutely safe.
Gosh.
And I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, are you just telling me this?
He was laughing at you.
He was laughing. He was like, no, you're fine.
But you messed up. You forgot the first thing you got to do with any portalet.
Layer the paper.
Yeah, you got to do the lily
you do
pad.
That? I didn't know that.
You got to lily pad
because then the paper, that's what everybody called up and said. You layer it, and then whatever you do forms around the paper, and it doesn't splash.
Yeah, so you lily pad it so that it has something to kind of catch it.
Catch it like a net.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I should have done.
Yeah, but nah, you got the kiss of death.
Yeah.
Oh God! So what if it happens again this year?
Listen, no, it's not happening again.
Okay.
Because I got to tell you, if I ever have to go in there for an emergency, which it's an emergency situation, if I'm in there, I'm gonna layer it and do it right.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm gonna.
You're planning on not going
I'm planning
again?
on not.
Didn't you feel better?
I feel better when I don't.
Yeah.
I feel better when I don't go in there. That's the weird part.
That's the truth. Wow.
Not even trying to be funny, dude, but you gotta go every day. Like it's just for your health. If you hold yourself, that's gonna do more problems.
He's like, it doesn't matter. 8 days.
I'm just telling you, it's 13 years, and I've maybe gone 3 times in 13 years.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy. And it was always an emergency.
I just feel like
it was always an emergency. At one time we had Mexican. One of our meals was Mexican, and they was bringing a lot of tacos and a lot of burritos. And I was like, oh my God, I had to give it a minute there.
Tiny called us actually like yesterday or the day before, and he was actually telling me that he's supposed to be bringing food to the toy tower.
Listen,
a lot of people drop off stuff.
People drop off stuff all the time, and Tiny's been trying to cook, and I'm like, bro,
it's sweet.
we appreciate it, but Jesus, like he brings like a huge thing, and I'm not. You heard the story I just said.
Yeah,
that's the antithesis of where I am as far as like eating up on the tower. I don't want to be there.
Out of the 480 Arizona, it says I would have had a straight up heart attack, but they put way too much water in there. I die a little when the water in my toilet at my house hits me. Nevertheless, in a porta potty, it takes me out.
Yeah. And your home water is clear.
Yeah.
But that's like
the
blue or green or whatever is down there. And I, as a kid, I always thought whatever was, I didn't think portalets could be picked up. Mm-hmm. Just as a kid, I thought that hole in the ground was
like
just
sewage.
In the ground sewage.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't conceive it. So anytime my mom or anybody who was taking care of me was like, just go in the little, I'm like, no, I'm not going in there.
I do not.
You know, like I'm not doing it. And so as a grown up now, I should know better. Yeah. But I still, I'm like that. It can't be clean down there.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, we clean these. Like, you know,
it's
our profession.
Yeah.
We can't just have a nasty spot.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, it's still like we all know when we see a portalet, we don't think it's the epic
it's
bar
not
of cleanliness. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But these companies, they like, this is what we do.
Well, the splashback is a little bit, I don't want to say it's a little bit more alarming for a girl, but I feel like it kind of is. Because if there's a splashback around that area, you're like, oh, you definitely freak out. You got to go like take a shower or something like that.
This says my son was the one that emptied the toilet. He called me dying laughing. How hilarious is that?
That's crazy.
His name is Elias.
Dude, I still got videos from it.
Yeah.
They were clowning you. They were clowning you for a while.
Oh no, everybody was coming in. That's when Not That Kind of Grandma brought me that little toilet with the blue water in it and everything. And I still have that sitting in my kitchen. Like, it's just, trust me. Somebody just said, wow, hearing all this from Orlando makes me know that he's a real one for going up on the tower, especially after the Mexican food. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it is insane.
Lord have mercy.
Did you use an extra wipe or two? Because you can't shower up there, so you use these big wipes to clean your body. Right afterwards, did you shower essentially or use your wipe?
The shower situation is the Epic wipes,
right?
The big body wipes that I use because they're like a beach towel. And but when I went into the room, I mean, I was in the portalet just scrubbing my cheek. And then when I went into the tent, I started like trying to use everything that I had that was a cleanliness type thing before getting in bed.
Yeah.
Then when I went in bed, I couldn't sleep for like 2 hours. Because I was like laying there. I'm like, whatever infection, it is literally taking over my body right now.
Did you have blue streaks?
No, I didn't have any blue streaks, son. Shut up. You know what? This is not, I don't appreciate the fact that y'all don't y'all don't understand my struggle.
Do you still have the video?
Y'all don't understand
I'm
my
gonna look for the video.
Yeah.
But I'm changing your name in my phone to Papa Smurf.
I hate y'all. Freak Show Wild 94.1. All right, first of all, we just got a call from my man Zoe, who called during the break while 310 Baby was on, and this is what he said. Zoe, on everything, it was cold and it was uncomfortable, and when it splashed up, I was like, oh my God, it touched half my cheek. And so I'm like, yo, I believe I'm gonna die. Like I stayed in there for 30 minutes scrubbing.
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That is the scariest feeling in the world.
Yeah. At your house, it's different. If it happens at your house, you like, at least it's my spot. But this was a portalet.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking everything that is dead or dying is down there in that water.
No, trust me, I know. Bro, you forgetting I work in construction, so I use those all day long.
Bro, on everything, that thing, boy. Meredith came in and said, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, my God. This is terrible.
Yo, out of the 813, Orlando was at SeaWorld in the splash zone.
All right, so all right, if you don't know what we're talking about, be happy. All right, that's all I'll say because I'm not going back into it again. Okay, so Queen Scrubs just hit me.
Ooh.
Watch yourself.
Queen
Come
Scrubs.
on, let's not be. Really?
Yeah.
We got to do that?
Yeah, now she got a name? Now she got a title now. Queen Scrubs. Not just Scrubs.
I'm
Queen
just keeping
Scrubs.
from putting people out there like that.
He loves Scrubs.
I do. Anyway, it has a name. It's called Poseidon's Kiss.
Poseidon's
Kiss. That's what it's called when the water kisses with bloop. Okay, stop.
I thought it was a splash. It wasn't like a little.
Oh no, it was a splash. But it's saying when the water touches you, that's Poseidon.
Yeah.
And it gives you the
That's
little.
Poseidon's Kiss.
Hello there.
Also, she's added from her medical advice.
Okay.
You can get a staph infection from those toilet seats.
Dude, definitely. Oh, from toilet seats in general?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Ew. Disgusting.
I always hover, but the risk of splash is higher.
Oh, my God.
The higher you hover, the higher the splash.
That's the higher the jump shot comes.
Yo, you got to lily pad it.
Yeah,
And by the way, I didn't make up that name. People are actually texting that in. It's called the lily pad. So,
listen, I'm down for it. I mean, I think I've always used. I mean, if I don't know why we always get to these conversations.
People ask you nonstop up there.
literally, it's the number one question.
I've always layered because at the house, I mean, because I live with two girls, and they're like, "Daddy."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you're gross. You're
right.
a boy.
If there's any discoloration of anything or mark or whatever, so to keep them from try or either from having to brush it, you just put a layer like your lily pad you're talking about.
You do
and
that
then
at home
whatever
too?
and whatever lands when you flush it, it just turns into a boo burrito.
Yeah.
And goes down the drain.
A boo burrito.
A boo burrito.
Now that's my own term.
A burrito.
It's a burrito. and so it keeps anything from it keeps any
that-
tires from screeching.
Yeah, that's you need to coin that immediately. Oh my gosh.
God, somebody is listening like this is what they get paid for. Like, I'm sorry, and we don't talk bathroom behavior except for Christmas.
Yeah, it's
which
important.
is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. We're getting ready to do the toy
It's
tower,
your fault.
and all we're talking about is the burrito.
Because it's shocking that you don't go to the bathroom for 8 days.
I
people
do.
could never.
I have.
Yeah.
I have three of the years.
You
I
try.
did.
We actually are worried, like I am worried about you when you say that you don't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, because it's not healthy for you.
It's a countdown every time I get up there. I go up there Friday at 5. By 6 o'clock, I'm watching the next morning when they offer me breakfast. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm skipping meals because I'm like, I need to start my process.
Right.
And then I give in, like when y'all show up Monday, and I'm like, all right, now they here and you drinking coffee.
Yeah.
And
We all
got
happy and stuff, and he's over there just constipated.
Right. Yeah.
He's negative
I got to try and take it easy.
Don't forget your tea that you bought, a little laxative.
Smooth move.
Yeah, smooth move.
That's what it's called. That's what the tea is called.
Move.
It's called smooth move.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
you do a cleanse beforehand.
Yeah. Empty his system.
I took it I take it a week before I do the drive just to make sure I just get anything out, whatever.
So you already took it?
I already took it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
You
did.
can take it again.
I mean, no,
2
I'm
in
going
one
to take
week?
some up there with me.
Oh,
Dude, I think you should do an experiment this year.
Oh God.
I apologize for anybody who has to listen to this who's like, I just wanted to hear some old sweetie.
But on the real though, like I think this year you should try actually being regular and going to the bathroom, because not that you're in a bad mood, but I would just say that you will be happier if you were actually doing your job instead of being constipated the whole time.
That's a good point.
Somebody say at least you got a personal one.
Yeah, you have your own.
See?
Well, wait
Be
a
happy
minute.
about that.
If I have to use it because I got to go number 1 because I'm drinking water and coffee.
Oh no,
up there,
he sent me down to the other one.
He did?
Yeah,
He's never done
I was
that
like, yo,
to
I gotta
me.
use the bathroom. He's like, you better go downstairs. You better go downstairs. I was like, what? Come on, dog.
No, that's because I know you are comfortable
You're
anyway.
free.
So you're gonna go in there and wreck my room.
It's natural, bro.
No, but
Everybody go in the
you go
bathroom.
downstairs at the Gin Pop.
See?
And you do that down there. Meredith
I'm
has
not-
been on the toy tower for 10 years.
Yeah.
I have never. Have I ever told you to go somewhere?
Never. Not
I've
one
always
time.
told her go do what you got to do.
Also, I would never do that.
Right.
There.
She would never do that. And that's
Ever.
why I let her use my portalette
very
all the
No,
time.
when you gotta go, you gotta go.
See,
Right, and
that's why
she
you go
had
down.
to go, and she's like, "I got to go." I'm like, "Girl, use the portalette." She's like, "I'm not going to use your portalette." I'm like, "Go ahead."
Yeah.
And she went in there because I'm like, all
It's
kinds
just
of
easy.
There's all kind of things she needs to get done. I'm gonna look out. You like, hey man, I need to go. I'm like, bro, you got time. you got time. Go downstairs.
Orlando be thinking
Yeah.
he hear me beatboxing.
And it was funny because he went to the one downstairs for the staff,
Yeah.
and he was in there a minute. And I'm watching the door, and he came out like,
That's the
"Woo!"
first of all, that's the office. That's where I check my emails.
Oh
I do
my
everything I
God.
gotta do.
Ew.
And yeah, while I'm in there, there's some time that gotta be taken.
You're
so-
answering phone calls.
Yeah, I'm doing everything in there.
People are like, why is your voice echoing? I'm in the lab. I'm in the lab.
Oh God.
Nate says Orlando sounds like he's going down the Hershey Highway. Shut up. Everybody got your jokes. Listen, everybody got a fear, whether it's spiders, snakes, whatever. Mine is portalettes.
Yeah, and
Mine is actually just public bathroom usage.
I
That's what it
learned
is.
about the poop burrito, which you need to coin.
Poo
and also-
burrito and a lily pad.
Yeah.
We learned some things this morning. I mean, so it's an educational show. You don't just go around talking about, man, that show just talked about poop. We learned
Yeah, we did.
stuff today.
A
Okay.
burrito.
A poo-
Oh, someone texted, burrito is forever going to be embedded in my vocabulary. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Burrito.
You're welcome. You could have been listening somewhere like FLA or something and hearing all about, politics and stuff like that. But no,
Not
you
here.
decided to get some
Burrito.
hip hop and a burrito this morning. There you go.
If you loved that video, then you're going to want to check out more. Make sure you hit subscribe right below.